All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a piece of seriously rugged hardware. It's the Datavideo D2-BASE-EXT camera housing.
Yeah, and our mission here is pretty simple. We're going to dig into the specs and figure out why this specific housing is so critical for protecting expensive PTZ cameras.
And something immediately jumped out at me from the source material. It's not just about weather and theft.
Right. The documentation specifically calls out protection against physical impacts.
From what, though?
From, and I'm quoting here, basketballs or volleyballs.
That tells you everything, doesn't it? This isn't just for a camera on a pole somewhere. This is meant for active, high-impact places like gyms, arenas, that sort of thing.
Exactly. And that kind of environment forces you to standardize on your gear.
Yeah.
The D2-BASE-EXT is, it's designed for Datavideo's own cameras, the PTC-140, 280, 305 series.
But it's not limited to them, right? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
not at all. And that's the genius of it. It has this broad compatibility.
Which is the real cost saver for the people installing these things, I imagine. Something about a very fit bracket.
That very fit bracket is the key piece of engineering here. It essentially turns the housing into a universal adapter.
You're not locked into one brand.
Precisely. It can handle dome cameras, 360s, 180s, even multi-sensor cameras. It works for both IP and analog systems, which just makes life so much easier for installers.
Okay, so if it has to fit all those different cameras and survive a volleyball to the face, what is this thing actually made of? My first thought is UV degradation if it's sitting outside.
That's a fair point. It's made from an impact-resistant thermal plastic polycarbonate, so it's tough. And it also has a heavy-duty lower lens to protect the camera's own optics. But the real star of the show, I think, is the environmental endurance. The whole enclosure, including the ports, is IP68 rated.
IP68. Now, that's the highest rating, right? What does that actually mean for someone using this in the field beyond just, surviving a bit of rain?
It means total operational certainty. IP68 is complete protection from dust getting in, and it can handle being continuously underwater.
Okay.
And the specs even call out protection against saltwater air. That's huge. It means you can deploy this in coastal areas or corrosive industrial sites without worrying about it falling apart.
So we've got the toughness covered. Let's shift to logistics. This housing costs, what, about $589 today? So it's protecting a camera that's worth a lot more. Installation and compliance have to be a big part of that equation.
Absolutely. Professionals need flexibility. So this can be pole-mounted with a separate bracket, the BR-MPM1. You see that a lot for stadiums or perimeter security.
And I also see it's TA compliant. For some buyers, especially institutions, that's not just a nice to have, that's a deal breaker if it's missing, isn't it?
Oh, it's vital. TAA is the Trade Agreement Act. It means the product is sourced properly for U.S. government procurement. If you want to sell to schools, government, military, you need that TA compliance.
So if we were to wrap this all up, would it be fair to say the D2-BASE-EXT isn't just weatherproof, it's more like military-grade durable? You've got the IP68 rating for the resilience and the TAA compliance to actually get it sold.
That's the perfect way to summarize its value.
Yeah.
But, that brings up one final thought for you to consider.
Oh.
The source material lists related products. There's a D2 base heat and a D2 heat PO. And they're much more expensive, getting close to $1,000.
So with built-in heaters or blowers.
Exactly. Which suggests that in the most extreme environments, the biggest threat isn't a direct impact or even water.
It's the temperature.
It's the temperature. It's making sure the lens doesn't fog up in the humidity or that the moving parts don't seize up in the freezing cold. Sometimes just a few degrees of change is all it takes to make your camera completely useless.